I originally started taking notes for this video a few months ago, but shelved it because I thought it was kind of a crazy theory. But earlier this week when the PS5 Pro was announced, I saw something I couldn't believe. My worst fears had come true. $1,000 for a console that is priced solely to exploit the incoming GTA 6 players is something I can't stand for. So today, we are going to discuss Sony, Rockstar, and the PS5 Pro, and how they aren't even hiding, trying to take advantage of us. So just in case you are completely out of the loop, on Tuesday this week, Sony held a live stream where they finally unveiled the PS5 Pro, a console that has been rumored for a few months now. This console has had a ton of hype around it, especially in the GTA community, because the PS5 Pro has frequently been advertised as being the best place to play GTA 6. In the live stream, Sony showcased the three main features upgraded to its counterpart, which they aptly named
the Big Three.
The big three include a larger GPU, advanced ray tracing, and AI-driven upscaling. I am not going to pretend to be a tech guy, so I will just say that
the result is rendering that's up to 45% faster, double or even triple the speeds of PlayStation 5, and can add an extraordinary amount of detail, which boosts the effective resolution of the games.
Again, this is all supposedly because the console doesn't release until November this year. That is obviously a very simplified version of the upgrades, but to be honest, most of the points in my video mostly rely around the idea of the console itself. And Sony has clearly shown the community what they think the idea of this console is. And the price shows that it's all about the money. I gotta hand it to Sony. This may be one of the most blatant exploitations of its consumers I have ever seen, but at least they aren't trying to hide it. With the prices you see on screen, needless to say, the community is outraged. The increase in price doesn't even come close to being worth the upgrade that the PS5 Pro brings, and everyone knows this. In fact, I would argue that even Sony knows that this pricing is absolutely absurd. And to all of my Canadian homies out there, we are getting extra screwed, as the console is confirmed to cost us over $1,000, the same price as a decent PC. I have seen people making the argument that to get these specs on a PC would cost you a lot more than $700, and it's true. But people forget that the whole point of consoles is for players to be able to get a good gaming experience without spending some big money on a PC. At prices like this, I would expect a lot more than a slight graphics boost and faster loads. And they don't even give you the stand, dude, come on. So after all that, you may be asking yourself, if the upgrade isn't worth the money, then why is Sony even releasing this at all? And there is one clear answer: GTA 6. As I mentioned a little bit ago, the PS5 Pro is meant to be the best place to play GTA 6. And to be fair to the PS5 Pro, based on these specs alone, this will probably be true. And as I have also stated in the past, there are a lot of people who are going to be buying a console so they can play GTA 6 on day one. And if you don't believe me on that, I ran a poll asking this exact question, to which 65% of PC players confirmed this to be true. And if I know it, then you can guarantee that Sony knows this too. That is the exact reason they are setting the price for the PS5 Pro so high. They are well through this console cycle, meaning there is no reason for them to be releasing the PS5 Pro other than for GTA 6. It's no secret that Rockstar and Sony have a partnership, and Sony will obviously want to capitalize on their partnership as much as possible. Sony knows full well how much this game means to people, and they know they are willing to buy consoles for this now once-in-a-decade event. By telling these players they can get the best experience for your game on this console forces players into a tough dilemma.
What happens in 6 months when they raise the price like they've done with every other bit of their hardware? Especially when GTA 6 comes out and this is the only way to play it at full fidelity.
Yikes.
But on top of that, you know who else knows how much this game means to us? Scalpers. When the PS5 and Xbox Series S launched, some people couldn't get a console at retail price for more than a year, and that was just a regular release. Add on the bonus of being allegedly the best console for GTA 6, the predecessor to the biggest console game ever released, and you think people aren't going to scalp it for resale?
Is a Sony PS5 Digital Edition Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive. $238 and $47 shipping. People have panic bought, and also scalpers have purchased up all of these.
And even worse is that as of right now, Sony's entire promise of being the best place to play may not be entirely true. For months and months now, the rumor that has skyrocketed the PS5 Pro's hype is the simple fact that it is said to be the only console capable of running GTA 6 at 60 FPS. I mean, realistically, this is probably the main point for Sony even releasing the console when they are. However, based on what a few people smarter than me have said, it may not even be true. What a lot of people don't know is that the specs for the PS5 Pro have been leaked as far back as March of this year. When the details were leaked, a channel by the name of Digital Foundry, experts in the PC and console tech world, discussed these leaked specs and their potential to boost GTA 6's experience, and their response was not what we wanted to hear.
The upshot of this is, as Alex said, is that the games that are targeting 30 FPS are not going to be targeting 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5 Pro if they're CPU limited. So, all of the sort of conjecture that, hey, this is going to be a great box for Grand Theft Auto 6, we'll be able to run that at 60 frames per second, unless there's some magical CPU stuff being done by Rockstar. I suggest that's not going to happen.
And with the reveal happening this week, more experts have shared similar sentiments. Unless Rockstar can pull off some crazy tech we've never seen, these new additions to the PS5 Pro will not be able to run the game at 60 FPS like has been rumored. So not only is Sony trying to take advantage of us through their promises and pricing, but there is also the lingering possibility that they could have been lying to us from the start. And it truly is not much better than any other console when it comes to GTA 6. Now again, this is just a couple people's opinion, and we haven't heard any official word about the console's capabilities for this game. But that's the thing, I would make a bet that we won't even know until we are actually able to play. And that's exactly what Sony is waiting for. Whether the console is what people said or not, it doesn't matter, because people will just be happy playing the game they've waited so long for. And when they realize the console is still technically better than a regular PS5, although marginally, they won't find a reason to return it. So I urge you guys one thing. If you're someone buying a console solely for GTA 6 and you think this one will give you 60 FPS, wait to see how it's advertised. If the PS5 Pro truly can handle GTA 6 at 60 FPS, Sony will advertise it as so. And if they don't, take it to mean that it can. Now look, this console may not be designed for the average player, and even if it doesn't have 60 FPS, admittedly, it will probably be the best place to play GTA 6. But to the people who are buying a console solely for GTA 6 like myself, I just want you to remember the simple fact that the PS5 Pro is designed to take advantage of people like me and you, dedicated fans to GTA. They are purposely taking advantage of our hype, overcharging fans, and allegedly making false claims, all in the hope of a billion-dollar company making some more money. Not to mention, they are partnered with Rockstar, and Rockstar seems okay with whatever Sony is doing right now. And personally, I won't have it. It probably doesn't matter to anyone, but I will not be getting this console unless they bring the price down. And that's the thing, I was going to get this console too, but I refuse to do that when I am the exact person they are trying to exploit with the PS5 Pro.